What's up, St. Louis? I'm done with the project. So I'm gonna call this Who is Dutch Kanne? For y'all don't know who Dutch Kanne is, this episode is called Who is Dutch Kanne? And I'm gonna walk down my project STL To Brazil and show you how I put it together and why my shit dope.
Grande Dutch Kanne, hello, right now, que hater.
Oh yeah, the intro is, that's the most typical record on the record. I say typical because it's an intro. It's just me, elaborating on what's going on in St. Louis and my perspective, my view. You know what I mean? What I see, I elaborate on it and I place it in song. You know what I mean? So the intro is typical. It's the intro. You know what I mean? So I can say that,
Number 2 would be Tomorrow.
Tomorrow is my single. That's I call it a trash record. You know what I mean? It's just a vibe. You know what I mean? It's dope, man, for what right now is. As far as like the music scene right now. I don't judge nothing. By the way, I made everything. You know what I mean? But that's another thing we're gonna talk about after we talk about everything. But when producing the record, I was like, man, they gonna like this. The beat, I already know they gonna like this because of the beat, man. You know what I mean? So I just put a nice little slick song where I cut, like I was doing the editing the other day, and I said curse words so many times.
Some of your favorite.
Hey, some songs require, whatever that is, you know what I mean? And it's whatever it is, But if you can't say it's whack, so you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm just a natural cursor, you know what I mean? I believe that I curse in natural words, you know what I mean? You be like, did you say all them curse? No, I ain't say all that, but that's really what it is.
Right.
But Tomorrow is, that's my single. It's gonna have the edited version and a regular version that'll be on Apple Music. And I just say Tomorrow it's a right now record. You know what I mean? It's an in time record, but it's from St. Louis, so it's gonna be different when it comes from St. Louis. I got just different things going on for myself. I don't focus on nobody else, like what's going on. I scheme to me, you know what I mean? What's in my scheme, that's what I focus on. So.
So for Tomorrow, will the people be able to get that? Since you said there's 2 different versions, so will the people be able to hear that on the radio and be able to buy it from the album as well?
Possibly. I want to do radio in the U.S., but the type of music that I have is we're a seat. You know what I mean? We're just a seat.
Yeah.
I ain't really focused on that because I have a Brazil following, and that's my core following right now, you know what I mean? Amongst, I ain't gonna say I'm not nobody here, like St. Louis works a certain type of way,
Yeah.
It just works a certain type of way, man. If you don't understand how St. Louis works, then you can operate,
Right.
And I'm a person that put in my work for a long time, you know what I mean? Me and my bro, Louis. Shout out to Major Louis, man. We just do our thing, man. You know what I mean? So I'm taking what I'm experiencing and putting it in music. So that is just an experience in a more fun environment, if you know what I'm saying. The beat dope and I'm dope. So Smurfy's, Savi, the DJ Markinos, Savi, the little one. On the record with me, he a guy, man. That guy's a special guy. Shout out to Lil One. Lil One, he can rap in both languages. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So by him being able to, he naturally from Brazil, so he raps in Brazil, but he know how he speak like he from here. You know what I mean? So he can rap both. And I was like, bro, we gotta do a record.
So he gives you a little bit of both worlds.
Yeah, and the dude is crazy, man. I'm just blessed to know some real skillful, talented people, you know what I mean? And they know me, so by me being a producer, I feed their world, you know, and I produce for them as well. So I got those guys that's able, I can able to get them on the rhythms and I can get them on the beats.
Right.
So Smurfies to me, that's a big record. Like we gotta elaborate on Smurfies. Smurfies is it's an event core that's in Brazil. They've been going for, this will be the 29th year that they'll have Smurfies. So 29 years, and let's imagine that 29 years of an establishment that's able to maintain 60 plus thousand people for every event.
Whew. That means to me that they know what they're doing, maybe just a little bit.
I say they just a cultural, they more cultural people to the music. If the music good, they love the music and they love you. They just natural love. If you can get into that and it's real love, you got some, you know, my song Rock the Mic is the song that initially kicked me off in Brazil, you know what I mean? So, and you know, it to me, it's the universe, man. Cause I wasn't going to Brazil. I was like, man, I ain't going to no Brazil. What you talking about, man? You know, so it's like, now I'm ready to go to Brazil. You know what I'm saying? We going and putting everything into order. Drum Society, that's the label, and me, I'm the producer and the artist myself. And I got my artist Dope Out the Scheme in South Africa. You know what I mean? So all of this comes, it's kind of embodies the song Smurfies. Cause Smurfies is my dedication record to just salute to Smurfies. Salute to Smurfies. Shout out to DJ Markinos, you know. And you know what I mean, just putting everything together, man. I'm blessed to, you know, to be done with the work, you know what I mean? But
Yes.
you know what I mean, that's Smurfies, you know what I mean? So Smurfies is the record to that, and Salve to Brazil, they've been playing it for the intro, you know, every time, and I appreciate that, so salute.
Right.
Black Market Memoirs 1. Well, you know what I mean? I'm in this game, to me, I already got myself prepped out, unless it's something that make me stay a little bit longer and do some more, that's down the road, I'm not even here for that, you know? But Black Market Memoirs is like, it's me, you know what I mean? It's my truth. It's what I'm seeing every day. It's like, it's what people want to rap about. It's like, you know what I mean? So everything that's going on, like, you know, you got real rich ass people, then you got real poor ass people. Nobody want to elaborate on that. Nobody want to talk about that. They just keep talking about they either not on that side no more with it. You know what I mean? They go, well, you know, I'm just gonna say, I'm rich, but I was poor. I came from the bottom. You know what I mean? And they celebrate them going from rich to poor. You know what I mean? I said rich to poor, like, but a lot of motherfuckers doing that. But from poor to rich, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? That Black Market Memoirs it's a real song. I'm not gonna even talk about it. I just say listen to the words.
Definitely.
Listen to the words. You know what I mean? If it puts some type of fear in you, I don't want to say fear. I don't want nobody to fear anything. I'm only speaking on a cause and effect. Cause you do something for so long, this the effect of those things, and those things gonna take place. Whether I'm here, whether I want it to happen or not to happen. And I'm not, you know, somebody speaking the future. This is something that if you was on the other side of it, what would you feel like if that will keep happening to you?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So
So,
I'm just pointing out perspective, my perspective to, you know, real life. So it's a real record, a real song.
Right. All right.
O que Deus fala, fomos criados por ele, isso é prova de amor. O inferno é uma escolha, tio, depende de você, Joe. O passado é memória, sigo de glória em glória. No presente vivo.
All right. So now we have Way in the Back.
Way in the back, way in the back, like, hey, that's like a little club record, man. Like I had did that because when I made the beat, man, it was just something like I was like, man. But what really happened was I had a situation with the records that I had prior to that, you know, Trap or Die, that's Jeezy record. I had made the beat over. I copied the producers, you know what I mean? And I just did it in solitude towards, you know, I'm not gonna say solitude, you know, but I say, I just did it.
It's salute too.
More than that, like, you know what I mean? Like, it was more of a, I want to say, standing behind what they represented with the song. So the time, everything that was like, that's why I say solitude, that timing of what they was in is like, that's what I was trying to showcase, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But, you know, the licenses fees and all of that, you know, it would have slowed down the whole process as an album, and I couldn't do it. So I replaced it with Way in the Back. I did that, and I got Yodi Slim on there doing her thing, and she got a dope ass verse. And you know what I mean? It's just a dope ass club record, you know what I mean? There's nothing else to say about it. I just kind of did it, you know, said what I wanted to fucking say, you know. And shit, what else is it to say on the record? It's a little record that I did. That's my US, you know, type of record, you know. But it's a record that's gonna play on both sides. It's gonna play here and it's gonna play in Brazil. Cause Brazil fuck with me, you know what I mean? They like the records. So if I know when they don't like it, cause they don't play it, you know what I mean?
Right.
And they don't play everything that I have, you know what I mean? So I had to learn, I had to lose and go, man, they ain't gonna like that. They like this, they like that. So now I'm just, you know, I feel like I'm blessed because everything that I'm doing is working, you know, on both sides. So
Right.
when I first was finna do it, my homeboy Al Khalif, shout out to Al Khalif, and I'm still doing your record, Al Khalif. I promise you, man, I'm just late, man. I'm a late motherfucker, man. I'm hella late, man. We had an issue with the record, man, but I promise we gonna get it. But my homeboy Al Khalif was like, man, I don't think you should do that, man. That just sound like a record. I didn't even want to do it. Like, I had a whole lot of situations like people going, man, nah, like, and then I was like, nah, like, and then the engineer, like ISO, shout out to ISO, you know what I mean? No, we did this whole project, man. Like, it's a dope sounding ass project, but I was like, man, I ain't doing I'm not stretching my notes, dog. I'm not singing, dog. You see what I'm saying? I want to sound bland, and I want to, you know, we had an issue with the, you know, can we mix it to make it happen? And I didn't believe, you know, I didn't believe that he could do it. And ISO really mixed that joint in that. And that joint's, like, I like that's one of my favorite joints. Like, out of all, like, I told him, I promise you I did lie. I was like, nah, man, I don't know, dog. I don't know about that joint, dog. But it was, you know, because it was just out of the, you know.
I think that's the one that took you the most out of your comfort zone, too.
Yeah, it was that, and it was more so because I didn't want to walk out of my character, you know what I mean, who I am.
Yeah.
I didn't want to feel like I was stretching myself to do something that, to, you know, appease the audience that if I didn't have, I ain't have, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I just left it at that, man. I just like, all right, man, I ain't going to put it on her. And then when he mixed it, I was like, yeah, it's shit dope, so, you know, yeah, I had to do it like that. So.
All right. Now we have my personal favorite on the album is Stunning With My Daughter.
Like, hey, that's a fun record, man. Like, I just, you know, that record, like, Stunning With My Daughter, like, I took my time to think about what I wanted to do. I wanted to do a record with my daughter. But I was like, which one is gonna be? I don't want to do no record where I'm trying to uplift her in the song, like, and I want everything to be in the song. I want it to be able to be seen. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And I made the beat. I had the beat the whole time. I just never really looked at it as that beat. When I heard it, I was like, yeah, like, and you know, and it came together. And I just put she done it on the first try, knocked it out. She 11 years old. She done turned 12. That's my daughter, you know, Leah. You know, she dope, man. Like, this on the first thing, you know, the first try, man. She just looked at my phone and read it, and it's like, you know what I mean? So Stumbling with My Daughter, that's a dope record, clean record. You know what I mean? I ain't cursing the record or none of that, man. I uplift my daughter through the whole record, and I did it in a fun way, and it's on a dope beat. And it's dope, man. You know what I mean? It's like nobody's rapping like that, and nobody's doing no records with their daughter uplifting their, like, it's not happening in culture right now.
Well, and just the message in general, I think, is something different than what we see nowadays.
Yeah, you say that right, man. Like, cause everything is more. But I'm not knocking it though. Like, the thing I don't want to ever display is, like, I'm not a hater. I got certain things I don't like. I got people I don't like. I got things I don't like. I make it known that I don't like it. But I don't knock people that get their money for what they doing. But what you do, you know what I mean? So that makes it for people like me to do what I'm doing, and that's how it works. You know what I mean? You got people that make music about. They gonna say black queens, and they just making music. They can live a whole total different way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, it's just, that's music.
Right.
But the music that's going on right now is just like it's a real negative. You know what I mean? It's real negative music. And I just want to do some positive records. You know what I mean? Without being corny. You know what I mean? I ain't want to do no cornball ass record.
Right.
And it ain't Stumbling with My Daughter is far from corny. That shit dope. You see what I'm saying? You play that shit. Apple Music, you know what I mean? Dutch Kanne, STL To Brazil. You gonna go listen to Stumbling with My Daughter, and that shit gonna be dope. But yeah, Stumbling with My Daughter, that's a dope record.
All right. So next up we got Hollywood Robin.
Man, that right there, like, that's my fun joint right there. Like, that's a fun song because I came up with the scheme. I'm like, man, I want to do something, man, that's gonna be like, man, why this nigga do this shit, man? That's the first thing. Like, you know what I mean? So that's what Hollywood Robin is to me. Is like, man, I'm robbing Hollywood. I'm just, you know what I mean? Because anybody can rob rappers, man. Like, rappers, like, it's rappers. You see what I'm saying?
It's too easy.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's already been done by 50 Cent. You know what I mean? He started it. He kind of inspired the ideas. So, you know what I mean? Shout out to 50 Cent, you know what I mean, for the ideas. But other than that, I took it amongst myself to go, I'm going to rob motherfucking Hollywood. You know what I mean? That's what I did. And I robbed the engineer too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Yeah, Hollywood rob.
All right. And next is Recipe for Murder.
Recipe for Murder. Recipe for Murder. Yeah, that's a weird joint because, like, it mean like the words in the song is like, I mean every word of it. But you know what I mean, the type of song it is, the way I done it, I was like, I'm gonna do some rock and roll shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, I produced the record, of course. And I was like, I'm gonna do some rock and roll shit, and I'm gonna tell the truth on this shit. I'm gonna rap on this shit. Then I brought my cousin in, Chills, you know what I mean? He dope, man, like, cuz dope, you know what I mean? So, did his verse, he came and did his verse, laid this shit down, that shit's, you know, excellent as usual. You know, I only got 3 features on my whole album, you know what I mean? So, 3 features. But, yeah, like, that's a dope joint, man, like, Recipe for Murder. You know what I mean? It's talking about, I'm just, you know, you listen to it, but I'm just speaking on the record industry, on how motherfuckers get, you know, it's getting pimped down, like, you know, like everything else, of course. You know what I mean? It's pimps and hoes and everything, you see what I'm saying? And every industry is pimps and hoes. You might not want to be the hoe that day, but you the hoe or something. See what I'm saying? But it's just speaking on that perspective, you know what I mean? How, you know what I mean? This type of shit don't happen in no other culture but this culture. So, you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah.
All right. And then we have
Run It Up is like you know, it's speaking on real shit happening while you collecting money. You can have money to flex and do what everybody else do, but I'm on business. I'm on running this up. See what I'm saying? Because I got things that I'm finna get to. I got shit that you know what I mean, that I'm collecting for. You know what I mean? And it's the vibe of the record, like the way the mood set, and it's like it's a perfect record as far as the mood, man. The mood, I did it because the beat like was so dope to me. I was like, man, I knew I was doing that shit while I was making it. I was like, oh, this shit right here is like, you know.
It was already done, huh?
That shit was cooked right there. Like, you see what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? It's like, you know, like that's the great thing about producing your own records. If you a certain type of producer, you kind of know how to, you know, put music together.
Right.
But does that go with who you are as who you are? You see what I'm saying? Me, I'm just a motherfucker that do everything I want to fucking do. Everything I want to do. Some motherfuckers don't like it, dog. I don't really give a fuck. You can come and see me do it, though. But, you know what I mean? Yeah. What's the next record to do it?
Sativa.
Sativa. Oh, that's my favorite record, like, as far as, like, the whole song.
Nice little vibe to it.
Yeah, it's a vibe record, you know what I mean? And it's just, you know, it's some dope shit. You see what I'm saying? Like, as far as you, and I believe Sativa, like, I'm gonna shoot it on my first video. It's entertainment, you know what I mean? It's immediate, that's dope. It's quick, see what I'm saying?
Right.
There ain't no questions to ask on that, so I did a quick record. It's like, kind of like Tomorrow, you know? Same kind of category, you know?
All right, and we have Black Market Memoirs 2.
Black Market Memoirs 2. That is another real record. And it's part 2 of me being real. So part 2 is I turned up as far as the realities that's going on in the world, as far as, you know, cops and how cops kill. You know, nobody will never understand what it feels like to be black. Period. You can talk about it, you can say how many friends you have. They go through this, you don't. See what I'm saying? It's just the truth. But the reality of what's going on in the world, we have a lot of cop footage of cops doing things, going beyond the law, you know, to prove that they are the law. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You pushing the law over so you can be the law. You know what I mean? And that's happening, and it's not being any consequences other than, you know, you get a check. You know, you can kill, like a cop can kill somebody, go on to work, kill somebody, and go, I was protecting my life. They go send him on vacation while they so-called investigated with a paid leave, and he go and disappear. You know what I mean? Why they cover, you know, I don't say cover things up, but just say wait till things kind of smooth itself out. Sometimes time cover things up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they let time happen. So, you know, like us in St. Louis with the whole Mike Brown thing, I don't really speak on things like that because I have a perspective of what I think, and that's the truth. Now, if you want to get into the whole truth of it, one day I'll tell it. But right now, it ain't that, you know what I mean? So, but as far as like, you know, that's part 2 is just a turn up to the first part 1. And that's kind of like my vision to my first project that I'm going to record other than this one. And I say second album because my first album is STL To Brazil. My next album I already have, I ain't going to even talk about the motherfucking title because you niggas like to steal, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, I have a method to my madness, if you could say, you see what I'm saying? And this is the second part of the feeling, of the vibe of what I feel like I'm gonna provide on my next album. And that's my only album after that. Like, I'm done after that, I'm in the producer chair, you know.
Okay. All right, so next up we have LOYB.
Living off your bitch. That's what that, you know, living off your bitch. Hey, that's a comical record because I got inspired from a comical situation, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? And I'll just, you know, leave it at that. It's talking about a certain type of guy, you know what I mean? And he want to be a man, you know what I mean? But he got to go do the things men do to claim himself as a man and stop living off your bitch. That's how it is. Stop living off your bitch, dog.
Period.
Yeah, like all of it, like, you know. Pause. Cream, like that's really like the outro, but you know what I mean. I had did the record, and I had did the hook, you know, everything. It was a cool sounding record. I ain't ashamed to play it, you know what I mean? It's dope. But I went and got my guy Jess Bryant, you know, do the hook over for me, man. And that shit's solid, man. So when y'all heard that shit is fucking bananas and crazy. You know what I'm saying? Crazy, bananas and crazy. Like, you know what I'm saying?
All together.
All the motherfucking together. That's all that is. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
you gotta listen to that. Like, it's a record I kind of do, you know, keep it relative and the same as Black Market Memoirs. You know, I kind of stay in that reality of things. But, you know, I get my words off from a place in St. Louis. And like I said, I don't believe anybody rapping about what I'm rapping about. You know what I mean? They not.
No.
You know what I mean? So, yeah, like Cream is the outro. And, you know, outro is the outro. But it ain't called the outro. It's called Cream. It's the last song. It's the last vibe on that motherfucker. 14 records. You know what I mean? You get all of those on Apple Music. You know what I mean? You get all of those on Apple Music. Yeah. You get all of those on Apple
Music.
Motherfucking Music. Dutch Kanne.
The whole vibe.
You go get Dutch Kanne, STL to Brazil. STL to motherfucking Brazil, dog. Shout out to DJ Markinos. Shout out to Lil One. Shout out to Factual. Shout out to everybody in Brazil, man. Salve to my brothers. And, you know what I mean? I'm looking to go to Brazil and put on the show. We're going to do that. Markinos get at me. We're gonna put on the show. But, you know what I mean? Go get my album, man. Go get that motherfucker. You ain't shit if you don't get it, man. I'm just playing. But you ain't shit if you don't. I'm just saying. You ain't shit if you don't go get it. But go get STL to Brazil. Dutch Kanne. It will be up November 5th, 14th. November 14th, you know. And I'm representing that STL, you know what I mean? I can take my hat off because, you know, there's niggas in the world that they say they can't take their hat off. So I'm going to take my hat off at the end just to show you I can take my motherfucking hat off. You see what I'm saying? But I like to represent with, you know, STL, you know what I mean? So it's like that, man.